What's going on, guys? This is Crazy Kent here, and today I'm here to bring you crazy story time. Yes, it's been a while since I've done this. The last crazy story time I actually done was around the time when I was in high school, and me and a couple of classmates pretty much climbed up the scaffolding of the old theater building of the old high school I've been to, and we nearly got in trouble. I lie, only one of us got in trouble. I was pretty much the smart one and pretty much went to the bathroom and pretended like I was taking a whiz, while all those other dumb motherfuckers pretty much ran out of the classroom. But other than that, yeah, this story, this is actually different, honestly. By different, I mean this actually happened today. Like, I wasn't even planning on making a video today. I was actually going to pretty much upload like a video I was planning on uploading for Sekiro, as well as pretty much work on my video review for my reading channel. But this one actually took me off guard because I was just going in just a normal day, going into a GameStop, putting down my pre-order for Borderlands 3. All of a sudden this crazy shit just happened, and when I tell you the story, this is a weird one. But I'm not telling you the story because not like it never happened before, and I'm pretty sure that it's happened to a lot of people, especially when you pretty much work in retail or any other place. But it's just crazy, especially the fact that you expect to have a normal day and then shit like this just happened right the fuck out of nowhere. But anyway, let's go ahead and get right into the story. So I finally got out the house, and I was too busy cleaning up my room and everything like that. I'm pretty much cleaning up and everything, so I figured I might as well just go out just for a little bit. So I went to see two of my best friends and my godchild and her little friend and everything like that. I spent time with them, and you know, just sitting around talking, playing with them, and so on and so forth. So I decided to just go ahead and leave because I had other stuff to do, and I decided to just go to GameStop, just take a quick stop to GameStop and everything, because I didn't put in a lot of money in like a long time, because I haven't been to GameStop in a while. So I decided to just stop on in there. And plus, if you've been to the GameStop that I've been at, I love this GameStop more than any other GameStop in probably like this state, because every other GameStop is just casual conversation, just me as a customer, cashier. I just talk to them and everything, ask them what the newest game, and oh, can you tell me something about this and everything, and then I just buy the game and I just walk right out. This GameStop, I actually enjoy coming in here because I've been here more times than ever, and Pretty Love Arena has been in here with me a bunch of times and everything. We've gotten to the point where we know the people who work there, we're friends with them, we just sit around, talk to them, hang out and everything like that. It's like one of the coolest GameStops ever, and especially it's the easiest place for me to make friends, because I'm sitting here talking to them, and then next thing you know, more customers come in, and then they talk about games, or then we're just sitting around talking just talking about video games and whatnot. I don't know where that whole thing about video games make gamers violent, but if you actually sat down and talked to an actual gamer, they're the coolest and most chilled people that you will ever come to meet, especially the ones that work at a GameStop. They're cool and chill, but they also have to deal with a whole lot of shit, and I can understand that, because where I work at, I have to deal with a lot of shit in my job, especially dealing with customers. So this one I'm pretty much this one I'm pretty much understanding of. But this customer, on the other hand, was a special case, because this one was crazy. So I just walk into the GameStop and everything, and then I was just waving at the guys that pretty much worked there. I say guys, it was one girl and a dude, and then I was just waving like, hey, what's up guys? And then next thing you know, they were like, hey, and then next thing you know, they were talking to this lady, and it was an older lady that came in, and she was sitting there talking and whatnot. And I didn't think it was a problem, because you know, there are older people that come into a GameStop all the time. Sometimes they shop for their grandkids and everything, or sometimes they could be gamers themselves and buy the games and everything. So I didn't really think much of it. But this one pretty much struck me as strange, because she was talking loud. She was kind of like, you know, slurring a bit. I thought she was drunk and whatnot, but turns out she wasn't. So she was talking and she was raising her voice and everything, and the girl cashier, she was like, you know, being respectful. She was trying to be helpful and whatnot. But this lady, she was one of those customers that you could tell was just that she can get instantly triggered if you say the wrong phrase, or if you move the wrong way, she will get instantly pissed. she was one of those type of customers, like the ones that are just harder to deal with. They pretty much try to make themselves look self-entitled, and then they try to make your job a lot harder when really all you're trying to do is either help them or get them the hell out of the store and everything like that. So she was one of those types. So I didn't think much of it. I was just sitting there saying, okay, so she's just a loud customer. Ain't no big deal, big whoop and everything. But then no, the problem gets where it's like every single time when the cashier, when she tries to have a conversation with the lady, or when she's trying to talk to her about a certain transaction and whatnot, she always cuts her off like instantly. Like she couldn't even get a word out, and then this lady just keeps jutting in. It's like every single time when the lady starts talking, and when she stops, and then when the cashier tries to talk and everything, then she just jumps back into what she was saying. It's almost like as if she's doing it on purpose, kind of. Because it's like every single time when she stops, you think it's like when you get into a conversation with her, when she stops, you think she's done with the conversation. But then every single time when you're about to say something, she just opens her mouth and says the rest of what she says. And I don't even know if that's like a problem that she has or whatnot, but it was just nothing that I thought was serious or anything. It's just some people do that all the time. It's like you're talking and everything, and you think that they're done, but then when you open your mouth to say something, they just say. And then there was this one time, and then you just got to sit there and listen to them again. I've dealt with this many times, especially with elderly people. This is not something new. But what was new was the fact that I'm looking over at the girl cashier, and I've talked to her many times. She's one of the many people that work at a GameStop that I would recommend. Her and another one. Basically, I would recommend that whole store. Like, I would say that that's the best GameStop to go into when you're pretty much looking for games and everything. The smiles and everything, and then they try to help you, and then they try to like be friendly with you, and it's great customer service there. And the thing that pretty much got me, that I knew was going to be a big problem, was when I looked over at the cashier, and then she had this look in her face like she wants to get the lady out of the store. Like, it was one of those faces, and I never seen that face before in my life. Like, I know she dealt with some really annoying customers, probably worse than this lady, but this was the very first time I've seen her with that look that says, I really want this lady to get the hell out of this store. And I was gonna like try to help her out and everything, and be like, hey, I got a question about this, if you want to help me with this one and everything. But I already know I can't even do that, because working in retail, if somebody's with a customer, you cannot pretty much try to steal them away from the customer, because one, that's rude. I don't care how annoying the customer is, that is completely rude to just like, you know, just sideline the customer and then just go and do something else and whatnot. But even with that, this lady was already testy, and she was getting all pissy and everything and whatnot. So I pretty much decided to talk to the guy and everything. And then while we were talking about bending in the ink machine, we were talking about the pop figures that they had and whatnot. And then I asked him, is she gonna be okay with that customer and everything? He was like, I don't even know. I've been here for 20 minutes. I just got in, and already she's just being like really difficult and whatnot. I was like, Jesus, she's been here for that long? And he was like, yeah, man, it's crazy and whatnot. So we were talking and everything, and I had a question about a controller or whatnot, and then he was about to answer it, like he was gonna go to the computer and take a look at the controller. And that was when the cashier herself was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the restroom, I'll be right back. She goes to the back, uses the restroom and whatnot, and then the lady, she just started talking to him, and I don't know what question she was asking, but it was either one of two of the thing. One, it was either something that was kind of a insensitive comment, and he didn't want to answer that because it was that insensitive, or she could have said a really bad joke, and it was really messed up to the point where he can't even repeat it. It's one of those things. If it was something that, like, if the person who works at the store cannot repeat it out of fear of losing their job over it, they can't say it. So it was that bad. So it was after a while, he pretty much wanted to sideline the conversation, and then me and him, we were just looking at the TV screen in the GameStop. You know how like when you walk into a GameStop and then they show all the previews and stuff and the commercials for the newest games that are coming out. We were just looking at that, and then we were gonna have a conversation about one of the games that pop up. But then something in me said to keep your mouth shut and do not say anything, because Lord knows I did not want to have a conversation with this woman. This woman was crazy. She was stone cold nuts. I didn't want to have a conversation with her at all. I didn't want to speak to her. I didn't even want to look in her direction. That was how crazy she was. Let's get it out of the way. My name is Crazy Kent. And if I'm telling you that someone is crazy, that's saying that they're crazier than me. Let that sink in for a second. He didn't want to talk to her. I didn't want to talk to her. We were just sitting there looking at the screen, and I didn't even know what she said. I didn't even want to ask in front of her, because she was going to tell me, she was going to start a conversation, and knowing her, she was going to talk long and heavy about this conversation, and it's not even all that serious and whatnot. So there was more customers coming in, and there was this kid and his mom, and he was looking for a game and whatnot, and the mom, she already looked like she was stressed about something else. So then when the cashier came out and she was pretty much talking on the phone, this lady she pretty much was talking to the district manager on the phone. So I guess she went to the back and called the district manager and finally decided to give it to the lady. And so the lady was pretty much like already getting even more and more testy. Like, she was getting more upset, and she was getting louder, and everybody was looking at her. And then the mom, she was already stressed about something. So I tried to talk to her, and then just just get her attention away from the lady, because obviously I already knew something was bothering her. I already knew she was upset, and I already know that her son was looking for something. So I tried to help them find the game and everything, even though I didn't work there. I know a lot of people say that I should work at a GameStop and whatnot, and a lot of my coworkers say I should work at a GameStop. But this is the reason why I will never work at a GameStop, because I don't want to deal with crazy customers like this. Also, there's like customers that will try to sell you really messed up games and everything, and think that you could just buy any game. I kid you not, if I worked at that place, I would cuss out every single customer that brings to me a broken ass game and expects me to pretty much give them money for it. But back to the story. So I'm talking to the mom, trying to steer her and her son away from the counter, because already the lady was going mental. She was going freaking batshit nuts. So I was having a conversation with her son while she was on the phone and everything like that, and then I was having a conversation with him, asking him what game was he looking for, and then he was talking to me about his favorite games, like his favorite Mario games. Like, he's got the Switch, he's got the Xbox, he's got the PC, and so on and so forth. Like, this little kid knows a lot about games, and he's only 7 years old. And I pretty much have a PS4, a Nintendo 3DS, and just old console games at this point. And I'm already planning on getting a Switch Lite. So it was interesting sitting here and talking to this kid, and he knows a lot about his video games. He even says he watched YouTube and everything, and I was gonna give him my YouTube channel. Maybe if this day wasn't so crazy, I would have. So back to the lady. After she pretty much called the district manager, and then the cashier pretty much took the conversation to the back and whatnot, she was trying to help the lady as well, and the woman was still, and by lady I mean the mother. I should probably just say mother, did pretty much distinguish the two. So the cashier was helping out the mother, and the lady was getting even more and more crazier, and she was getting louder and everything until the cops finally came. And then that's when I put two and two together, that after she got off the phone with the manager, I guess the district manager suggested that the cops needed to be called and everything, because 1, she was refusing to leave the store. 2, as I later learned, she was saying a lot of racist comments. And 3, something I would not even joke about, even to try to be funny, even if it was a video game or anything. She said that the longer she takes in the store, she would have taken I shit you not, she would have taken an AR-15 and robbed the bank that she was just in.
Alrighty then.
Now, I'm not a socialite, and I don't know much about people, but I'm pretty sure you don't just walk into a store and say shit like that, especially in a gaming store. You're talking about bringing out a gun. We just had a mass shooting at a Walmart in another state, and now you're making jokes like this. I don't even know if she was really joking or if she was serious. That's how crazy she was. You couldn't tell if she was joking or not. Like some people, you could tell that they're joking and everything. It's like, ha, I get it, man. But no, this woman, I think she was actually serious, and that I don't know. According to the cashier, she said that she had a gun in her car. So that's a major issue. So the cops came and everything, and they already made it clear this was the 4th time that they were called on her. The 4th time. I understand that you could get called on by the cops twice in a day, but 4 times in one day. 4 times in one day. And she was called 4 times in 4 different places, GameStop included. And then one of them was Walmart. The other one was the Starbucks that was in the same strip that was literally like a walk away. And then the third one, I don't even know what the third one was. Maybe it was the bank that she was talking about. Maybe that's what she was talking about earlier and she got kicked out. But holy Jesus, man. So the cop came, told her that she needed to leave, and that if she doesn't leave, she was getting arrested. She was obviously getting belligerent with the cop, saying that she had to wait at a specific time and whatnot. And then he said, well, you're going to get arrested anyway, so you might as well just go ahead and leave. So after that, she went into another direction, and I was planning on going to Chipotle after I got done with pre-ordering my games. That was no longer an option because they told me that she was heading in the direction of the Chipotle, and I know she's gonna make those people's lives harder that day. So I was like, no, I am not going in there. I am done. I'm not going into Chipotle. I'm probably gonna get something from Zaxby's and just call it a day. So after she left, and then the store died down, and the mom and her son found a game and everything, and I was still friendly towards them, and they were thankful that I was, being helpful, even though I didn't work at the store. I might as well. So I finally sat down and talked to them and everything. The guy didn't know what else was going on, but I talked to the girl cashier, and she told me that the reason why this woman was pretty much getting upset was because of the fact that GameStop has this thing to where they can buy your own phones. However, there is a little catch that everybody pretty much knows at this point. They can take your old phones if it's a smartphone. And she was mad at the fact that they couldn't take the phones that she was trying to sell because they were Motorola Stone Age phones. So that was all the cashier told me. They were Stone Age phone. So it could be one of the two. It could be a flip phone, or it could be a pager. Which it would be funny if she walked into a GameStop and tried to sell a fucking pager. So either way it goes, she tried to walk in, sell the phones. The cashier told her that they couldn't take those type of phones, and they can only take, like, I guess last gen smartphones. And she didn't like that, and that's why she pretty much was staying in the store, and why she was getting all testy and whatnot. Also, she was staying in the store because she was waiting to leave at a certain time to go somewhere. Which there are many places that you could wait for that. I don't know why you coming into a GameStop and whatnot. And also I learned that while she was standing there, she was saying all types of shit. Like the dude who was working there, she would, because of the fact of his ethnicity, she called him a terrorist. And then next thing you know, because I walked in there, she said that she called me a derogatory word. And I didn't even need to know, or didn't need to put 2 and 2 together to know what she called me. So basically, she was just being flat out racist, and she was very open about her views. And she was just being an overall, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. She was being a bigot and an ass. And it just pissed me off because of the fact that, these people come to work to pretty much try to serve any customer, whether you're a gamer or not. Their job is to serve you. But then when you go in there and then you start trouble, and then when you pretty much say some stupid shit saying that you're gonna rob a bank or something after we had a crisis similar to that, and then you're just gonna go ahead and be like a total prick about everything. And I mean, she was a prick about everything. Like, there was even a comment that she made saying that how would you know anything about video games? You're a damn girl.
you serious?
Excuse me, ma'am. You do know that there are girl gamers out there in the world, right? They're not just guys. But that just shows just how ignorant she is. Just to assume somebody is not a gamer just because of their gender, and that's just the same as saying that someone is a terrorist because of his race. I'm not that surprised that people like this actually exist. I'm just surprised at the fact that she thinks that because of the fact that she's a customer, and because of the fact that I guess she believes in free speech, she has the right to say that. Well, yeah, you have the right to believe that. Saying it is a whole different matter, because you don't know who you're gonna offend. You don't know who's gonna take it to heart. And also, this was the 4th time the cops were called on her. The 4th damn time. And also, she got kicked out of a Walmart, which, how the hell do you get kicked out of a Walmart? But as far as everything goes, yeah, I pretty much put down $30 for Borderlands. And I pretty much made sure that the cashier and everybody was okay. But anyway, guys, that's my story for today and everything like that. And the next time y'all walk into any establishment, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a grocery store, whether it's a gaming store, whether it's even like a Starbucks and you're talking to a barista, always remember that these people have to deal with so much crazy shit like every single day. Whether it's a customer, whether it's something that goes on in their personal life, whether it's whatever the hell that you don't know what's going on with them. Like, try it. I'm not saying that you have to like kiss their feet or anything like that, but at least try to respect the people who are serving you and are pretty much willing to help you and everything while they're working there. Because honestly, if you're just gonna walk in here and be like this woman, obviously there's probably something wrong with her. I don't know. Maybe she's just an ass. I'm not too sure about that. But obviously, when you walk in and act like how this woman is, it's enough to say that maybe you shouldn't go outside. That's just me, but I don't know. If there are people like this woman who can be a total ass, yeah, maybe you just stay inside from now on. But anyway, guys, that's my video for today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, be sure to leave a like down below and be sure to share this video. It can help me and everything, and I hope this crazy ass story can pretty much get a laugh out of you and whatnot. And if it did, I'm glad. If it didn't, I'm sorry. I tried my best. And also, I'm gonna be drinking out of this Joker cup that I got from Walmart for like $6 because I didn't get kicked out of that store.
Oh shit! Burn! Burn!
But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys later.